Hello again. I am back. I am RexRed, and this is Ez3DTv. And what we are doing right now is a simulation. We are dropping some ferns down onto the ground, and in hopes that they land in the right place. What I had to do was take this plane I had to open the program in Daz Studio 4.24, and I needed to use Mesh Grabber. Mesh Grabber isn't working in version 6, at least not my version 6. Maybe everyone else's, but mine, it doesn't work. And I can sympathize with Daz because I do have 13,000 products loaded, and any one of them could be conflicting with it. So at this point, they'll figure it out someday. Either that or it just doesn't work right now. So, but right now what we're doing is a simulation. As you notice, the grass is dropping down. Okay, and I've got to go back here and turn back on ads. Okay, select stream. Okay, it's this one. All right, and we do this. I have to turn, okay, it says turn off monetization, so I guess it's on. No, I don't think it is. Offline, it says I'm offline. Good afternoon, good afternoon. It's saying that I'm offline. Matt, how are you doing? Angus, welcome, friend, welcome. Angus has got a little crown next to his let's try turning it off. It says I'm offline. So select stream. Which one is it? Maybe it's this one. All right. Turn on monetization. Let's try that. Now you're going to get bombarded with an ad, but I do sympathize. So, but hopefully it's a Daz Studio ad. This is a fern. Okay, it's like a fern array. It's like if you ever see like a bunch of plants that are meant to kind of lay on the ground with, they're supposed to go like on a plane, and they're meant to go on that plane. Well, if you put D-force on them and drop them, they'll land and onto any plane. Not always, but sometimes, okay? So that's what we're hoping here, that this, so what these are is an array of ferns that, and if you add D-force to them and you drop them down, they will land on your land. They'll land, and hopefully they're going to work the way you kind of intend them to work. So what I did was I used Geometry Editor and took a few out. I might leave that fern right there, but and then this ground. Oh, I'm sure it probably is Martin Frost, and I'm very proud to invoke that name in this chat, because I am very pleased with all of the products that I have purchased that Martin Frost has made, and his products are extremely well made. Extremely. I think that when it comes to the Daz Hall of Fame, Martin's up there in the very top. So yes, so we are, I think this is enough. Okay, so if I cancel this and then I go to the end of my timeline, I think this should work, because I've also done this with debris. Yes, I 100% agree. So Yeah, see, I can drag that to the end now. Now I can turn on my other plants and my debris. See how I have debris on the ground? Just kind of look plain, and let's worry with our camera here. Let's see what if our image might be done now. Let's see. Do we have? Let's go to iRay. This one is just called Jones. So yeah, there it is. There is our Jones image. And as you can see, those ferns landed just lovely onto that plane. So yeah, and now we go here to oh, I know what's missing, his whip. Let's go and see if we can find a whip. He's got to have that in his right hand here. I knew he had some sort of thing. Now that I think of it, it's a whip. So we go W. So we're going back to EzFinder. This is my new program, people. This is going to be available soon somewhere. I can tell you that for certain. Oh, look at this. Whip. OBJ. Let's try this one. This is left, this is right. Let's grab a hold of Tyson here. Okay, that didn't work. Come on, where are you? Oh, maybe it's on Tyson. Let's find out. WH. I don't think it went into the scene. I didn't see anything go into the scene. All right, let's go out of this view. I don't see any kind of... I don't think he needs the sunglasses. They're just kind of... They were bored with my Vin Diesel thing going on before there and the Bruce Willis look. But I think the sunglasses have gone. So let's go sun. And, okay, I think we have to select them. Delete. We don't need them. I don't think he's going to be... We're going to be seeing him from that angle. All right, so let's get rid of this now. And we got to find another whip because that one's not working. It says OBJ. Let's try this one. Oh, there's a whip. There's a whip. Now we got to find a whip. Oh, there's another OBJ. Infernal whip. Because all right, I think if we take this and look for a morph, parameters, pose, let's see. We're going to go into, all right, pose 1. All right, I can't really see this thing. All right, pose 2. Okay, control, alternate click. All right, alternate click again. Alternate click. Well, these are some very nice poses. All right, what's this wave? So I think maybe our best pose is this one. Okay, and what we do is we take this and move it over. Now we've got an issue here. It's not letting me grab handles. What am I doing wrong? All right, we're going to have to go with our parameters, X translate, which was this, Z translate. Okay, all right. And then we go here like this. Z, X translate, okay. Twist, like that. We go back to Z again, no, Z, all right, there's one. And X comes back like this. That is almost perfect. Let's parent that. Oh, we got to parent the whole thing. All right, I think that worked. Here's our whip. All right, so, all right. Now if we go this thumb, bend. This arm. And we take this and just pull it out a little bit. Now, okay, what I didn't do, I didn't parent that to his hand. So we select his hand. All right, let's close this down. And this. Where's the whip? All right, let's pull this over like this. Right hand. Now when we move his arm, the whip should move with it. Let's see what that looks like. Save this. Well, I thought you knew what this was. This is Jones 6. Let's see what we got. Yes, you can replace it, except over here. So we have our whip. And that worked out well. I don't know if this whip is 3Delight or iRay. Probably iRay. So let's see what we have here. Whip, there's only 2 pages of whips. Yeah, it's not probably worth saving into, because I can just look them up again. These are OBJs as well. All right, I know you're writing any time now. So, so I had this big pile of debris, like little rocks, and I used D-force, and I dropped all the rocks, and now they're laying all over the steps. The steps looked really plain. They needed to have little rocks and stuff. It just looked, and it needed to have these plants, and so I took and dropped did D-force, and it dropped it to where I kind of wanted them. But then there wasn't any ground out here, so they just looked like they were floating in the air. So I laid this piece of ground here, but the ground was like a flat plane. So I went in. I had to open this up in Daz 4.24 because for some reason I can't grab handles right now in. I'm not sure why. Something's turned off, but it won't let me grab handles, gizmo handles. So now let's see what this looks like in iRay. There we go. There's our man. We need a temple out here, some kind of temple. So temple. Temple of Doom. All right, so we have to clear this. This is my easy HDRI here on the left. Lower left. Okay, so we clear the UI. Then we do search. I have all of this set on for everything. But all we really need, I think, is, so we turn all these off, is just environments. I don't think there would be any temples in any of these other ones. So we'll search for temples there. And here we go. We have every kind of temple. We have Shirley Temple. We have, let's see, these look like iRay. Now they say they're scenes. Oh, this looks like a nice temple. Let's do this temple. Here we go. All right, now we go with Nyan. And we go to Z. Z, I don't think Z is, I think X is. No, it's Z. Z translate. See, it won't let me select the, they don't work. Z translate. Okay. Okay, we need that. And then we need this temple here. This one. All right. Z for this one. Z. Well, we got to select the right one. Z. Translata. Okay, this one goes over here. X. And then this one. Z. Okay, Y rotate. And scale that. Y translate. Okay, I think I scaled it the wrong way. I did. Z. Scale it like this. Z translate. Y rotate. X translate. All right, I think that works. That'll work, I think. I'm not positive, but I think it might work. Here we go. I think it might work. All right. It's taking its time saving. All right. I think this right here, still not letting me select its handles. All right, so we go to parameters, temple. Okay, we need this one. We're going to bring this over a little bit more like that. And then this one, X, we're going to bring that one over like that. And this one here can go over like this. Save this again. I want the expansiveness of the jungle to kind of offset this. And if this looks like it's just like clear as day, what I'm going to do is put a fog layer in between. We'll put a VDB wall in between to make it look far away. All right, let's see what it looks like in iRay. I think it's going to look clear as day, and I'm going to have to put something. Yeah, it does. So what we do is we put a nice little fog wall in here. Maybe all we need is this one. Let's see. Yeah, I think maybe just that. We take this temple here, Y translate, see, it won't let me select these. Y translate. Okay, now what we do, I have to take a look and see where I put them. Okay, they are in front of him. So that's good. Now we go back here to camera and we all right, we're going to look up VDBs now over here. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Let's go back. I'm not really that good at this. Let's go back to here. Now we're going to go back to our program here. And you see we have some temples here, but they look kind of... I wish this was clear so I could kind of add my own fog there, but because when I add this fog, it's going to make it look foggier. So, but let's see. Let's now go here to, let's just search for every VDB. Now, I don't think I've searched for VDBs, so let me look. We need a search here in this for VDBs. And I don't see it here, environment, so we're going to put the VDBs in with environment. Props, I don't see any. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is going to show you the power of this program. So we're going to go VDB, all right? And then we just clear this out. That was temple. So I probably should have kept that one. And all right, but okay. VDB search. And this finds most of your VDBs, okay? 37 pages of them. And so I drag that in there. And now I have, okay, let's try this again. 3,522 VDBs here. So now we load this in here. 37 pages of VDBs. And I know what one I want. Now I can search within here for wall. Okay. When there's nothing here, it searches. Now it's searching 105 pages. That shouldn't be right. Okay, we turn this off. Search wall. 103 pages. Something's not right because not all of that have wall in it. So I've messed up my search possibly here, but these are VDBs. And we are looking for a wall. See, a lot of these are HTRIs, I think. They don't really belong in the VDBs. Okay. We don't need these. Remove. Don't need these. Oh, maybe they are. Those are materials, but we'll leave them there because they have something to blistered. Okay, I'm not sure how those work. We don't need these or these. Well, I'm going to leave them anyway. Now these, I definitely don't. This is like way overkill. Remove. Okay, where's our fog wall? Some more. Remove. Okay, more of these. Density. It's like, I know how to change the density. Yeah, okay, here we go. We are looking for a wall. So now when I come in here, I won't have all those kind of extra things. And it's saying now there's only 35 pages. Something kind of changed that. Because I might have dragged them in twice. And then it realized, oh, there's two of you in here. One of you's got to go. All right. All right, these are channels. We don't need these. Remove. remove. This is so cool because when I need VDBs, I just come in here, right click, oh, there they are. There's all my VDBs, all of them. It's probably on the last page is where my wall is. So it's not. So I must have overlooked it while I was going through. Wall. Okay, it's searching. Oh, there was 100 and some pages, but then I searched a wall. It's one page of walls. Okay, and it's not here. All right, clear the UI. Bring my load this again. All right. Okay, there's 35 pages. This looks right. Out of 35 pages, that would be about 3,000. Okay. I will notice it this time going through. Not going to take my eyes off of this. That snowstorm, sandstorm might have worked. Okay, these density ones, I just don't want these. I don't want those. VDB Fire is really nice. Okay, we are looking for, okay, wall. Emission. I think we'll leave them. Okay, density can go. Remove. Where are these ones? Density. Oh, okay, no, this isn't a wall, but this looks pretty close to what we need. I think I'd like to use this. Oh, see, that is what I need right there. We go properties. Okay, what? Z is first. And Y. Z. There it is. Save this. It's such an iconic scene, you know, it really kind of does something iconic. I just wanted to say that. So, yeah. So these are really nice, these MMX VDBs. They're very nice. They just put them in the scene and they're ready to go. I could probably intensify the, let's do a render now. Let's see what we've got here. We go to progressive, maximum samples, maximum time. Turn that off. I think I'm going to take and add a little bit more density to this. So we go to surfaces here, clip to geometry. Why are these locked? All right, whatever's going on with that, we're going to unlock it. Lock. You know, this might have something to do with what's going on with everything. Volume, that's the volume right there. Edit, object, lock. I don't even see density here. Okay, that's low. That just totally ruined the density. Z. What in the heck? Density 50. Oh. Density 1. Oh, there's another one here. No, okay, that's not it. All right, we can change these. This is absorption multiplier. We can make it absorb light better. One of these does it, okay. We bring this down like that. It absorbs light from around it. Scattering multiplier. That's going to make it go away. Okay. I've kind of figured it. If you figure out these two, the scattering multiplier and the absorption multiplier, the scattering multiplier is how, when the light rays go into the VDB, how much do they bounce off of the little particles and scatter, okay? If you turn it off, then your light won't like make the VDB turn all white because it's not scattering as much, okay? And so one way is like makes it scatter, and the other way turns the scattering off. I think black turns it off. Like, see, if I go like this, it disappears, the VDB, because there's no scattering inside. The light's not hitting and scattering anything. So if you go, so that's the way it is. If it's black, it's not scattering. Now this absorption multiplier is how much it absorbs the light versus not absorbing the light. Okay, so that is, so it can make the color of your back, you can absorb the light color from around it, okay, or not absorb it at all. But the thing about the scattering multiplier is it's a nice way to add color to your VDB, okay? So, or to green, it's a nice, really nice way to add color to your VDB. So, what I don't understand, okay, now it seems as though this isn't locked anymore. I'm not sure what changed that. Density multiplier. Clip to geometry. We don't want that. What I don't understand is why there's no density here at all. Emission is going to make your VDB into an actual light. So light effect. So emission tint, emission scale, temperature, multiplier, which I don't see. Okay, it must be this. Let's go 5. Scale 50. Okay, that didn't seem to do temperature offset, multiplier. So, and let's, the scattering multiplier. See, this just took, all right, emission enable. Oh, you might have to pick a channel for this to actually work, and I'm not seeing that's it. There has to be a channel declared previously. Density mode. There's density. Now suddenly it's here. Okay, 5. Let's go this. Ooh, look at this now. See, this green is too much. Let's go into more of a bluish green. That's too much blue. So let's just kind of, that is nice, but I think we need like another VDB in front here. Let's render this. Is EzFinder? It is not available yet. It's going to be about $100 or maybe even $200 when it comes out. So, but the thing is if I sell it in the Daz store within about 6 months, it'll go on some weird spring sale or something, and you'll probably be able to buy it for 35 bucks. But the thing is you know, I've put a lot into it, like the organizer here. This took me 7 months to make, and now it's finally done, and it's like I can just, like loincloths, boom. Here are my loincloths, all of my loincloths right here. This is pretty amazing. You know, togas. Here's my togas. See, just being able to just instantly grab all of my things that I need. Here's my Genesis 9 figures. Okay, boom. Which one do I need? Yeah, this is it. This is the way to do it now. It's the only program of its type, and I'll tell you, you might think, oh, it's easy to just make them. This was really hard to make. Like this folder right here has 10,538 items in it. Look how quickly that loaded. Yeah, this is just not something that was easy to do at all. So this program, it's working now. Like if I go to environments here and I click on all of those environments and click this, what this loads into here is 173,000 items from and environments. 173,000 items. And so out of this, I can just click for like stool. I've wanted to find all of my stools for a long time. Look at this. Here are my stools. Okay, so we'll go to props, stand. We have table, but we don't have stool. Okay, so we go to stools. All right, now I can go here, hold the shift key, and drag that there. And now I have 301 stool items. I don't think that's right. I don't think that got all of them, but there's a lot more than, maybe it is 301. 7 pages. I don't think that's right, though. I think that's more than 301. So, but yeah. Now let's bring this in. Now it's saying there's 4 pages, so something's not right. Something didn't go quite right. It says 301. Okay, so we go back. It's not absolutely perfect, but I would sell it like now. You know, it's perfect enough. And when when I make updates for it, then there'll be more. So we clear this out. Yeah, let's clear that out. And let's search for stool again. Let's try again. Okay, it's only 4 pages now of stools. I don't know, there may have been stuff stuck in there. There might have been redundant stuff. I think it's 4 pages is about right for stools, and that's about 301 items. So, characters, okay, other, let's mixed and stuff. Let's go with all of this. And now let's clear this out. And let's see if there's just maybe, because we have props here too. So yeah, there's more stools than that. Now it's searching through over 1 million items. Okay, now these are poses. We don't want poses, but those are scripts. Those are to change the colors of the stools. So obviously that stool is part of it. Now you can see the stools that are part of it, this little icon here. Let's go into this lower left here. And right now, this is, this is kind of production studio level curation. It enables you, now you see these are more stools that we missed. Okay, so they're kind of like bench stools, but yeah, we want them. This, all the way down to here, stools. So that gives us 390. And the poses go, okay, this is a little, those are stools. We'll take them. And this is page 6. We'll take these. Those are shaders, but we'll take them right up to there. So now we have these stools. Now 400. Yep. I don't know what made. There must have been something stuck in the buffer. But right now, what's important is how it paginates and keeps working steadily. That's the kind of the bellwether of this program, that it now stays working. I can keep it open for for hours and continue to work. Now when I get this all done like this, I go like here, save config, and I just say this needed stuff. I could give it another name, save config. Backup saved. All right, let's say save config needed stuff 2. Let's go 2. Just to kind of test. Oh, see, it gave it a unique code. Yeah, so that is a unique new feature. So it just gives it a unique code if you don't put that in. So it's like a date kind of thing. Now, so to test it, okay, load config. All right, which one is from today? 6/27. So open. Let's hope this works. Yep, there it is. Okay, now what we can do here is this shader. Okay, let's just clear this empty. Well, let's save this. Save the panel. We'll save it over our shader. Okay, save. Yes. Panel saved. Right click, load panel, shaders, continue. All right, and just to prove it kind of works, it takes a moment. There it is, panel loaded successfully. We'll clear this one, empty the panel. All right, we'll take this empty panel over here and bring this in like that. And we'll load, okay, we're going to change, we don't have to change the name, but I kind of prefer to do that. Rename this to, let's say, boats. All right, and then we go here, and this new one here, this load panel, shaders, yep. And this is what tells me that this works, okay? And now, if I take this shaders, and one of the big ones here is wood down at the bottom. Let's see, it won't let me see it now. Oh, it's in, what happened to oh, I don't think it's in alphabetical order right now. No, it's not. So wood is in here somewhere. What you have to do is drag something in, and then it throws it into alphabetical order. Scared the bejesus out of me. Wood, there it is. Okay, there's big 2,000 items in there. There you go. 25 pages of wood shaders. So yeah, so that's what kind of tells me, yeah, let it go out, it works. This is just every Victoria item ever made. Victoria poses, Victoria, then you can go through this, anything that has to do with Victoria. Then you can go through it and break it up into Victoria this and Victoria that. You can create your own panel, rename it Victoria, and then you can say Victoria poses, Victoria whatever, Victoria. It's like, I don't really care about the Victoria poses because they'll work on any figure, so you can just convert them for any figure. But but it's just the idea of being able to isolate things like this and set them up the way you want them to be. And this is it now. Let's see, hats. I mean, like, this is a prime example. It's like 17 pages. There's 1,586 hats and textures and everything that go with every kind of hat. I mean, that's why I was able to just put this scene together here, because I have all my hats. And just find the right hat, and there you go. So it's this is it. This is how this works. So yeah, it's ready now. And then it comes with this also this easy ISO shader. It allows you to drop shaders in, pick different parts of each shader, and select which parts you want for which one of these maps, and then choose which Daz Studio and inject, and that mixes the shaders into one and puts it on whatever surface you have selected in Daz. This program has never been made or done ever. Nobody's ever made a shader mixer, okay? This is easy ISO shader, and this comes with it, okay? So this is part of it. So yeah, this is the, and the thing is you can export either this whole category as smart content and load it. So I have this already exported, and if I go here to here, shaders, okay, here are my shaders. Okay, and I have them completely curated in Daz. So I can just put these on any surface. The plastic, roof, tiles, rug 2, rusted, satin, scale. This is stone tiling. So now if I update them in the Finder here, in here, then I have to re-export. So, and it's not that, it doesn't take that long. Export to smart content. Let's see, export to smart content. Oh, I'm not displaying the right screen. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So yes, here, let's go into Daz, okay? There we go. Yes, and see, the thing is that your HDRIs, okay, I found out that 70% of the HDRIs that you buy do not have DUF files. So when you buy that collection and it shows you all these beautiful HDRIs, there's no DUF file for them. And so the only way to use those HDRIs is to search through your runtime library, find all of the EXRs and all the HDRs, put them in a folder, and load them into your scene manually. Okay? That's how you use them. And the thing is that Daz blocks you. There's no runtime folder in here. When I go to my library, they block it. You can't even access. There's no runtime folder. Here, this QR, what's the render presets, render settings, no runtime. Those are locked and hidden away. And so what this does is it gives you a scanner, okay? And you tell it where your Daz library is. You tell it where you want them to go, okay? And you click scan. It's it. But it takes anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on how big your library is. Now this main scan, the one that scans 1.7 million files and creates these containers that I call them, these are that scans 1.7 million files takes 12 minutes to scan. My library, and my library has 1.7 million files. It has 13,000 items. So, but I also have an M.2 drive, which is very, very fast. It's not a 5.0, it's a 4.0, but it takes 12 minutes to scan 1.7 million files. 12 minutes. So if you have a disk, like spinning disk drive, okay, and you have all of your assets on there, it might take 20 minutes. It might take an hour, but you only have to do that once. And then there's also append. See this append button? So the next time you scan it, you click that append, and it will just add what's new to your containers, okay? So you can instantly access your new stuff, anything new you buy, by just clicking append, scan to file, and it will throw that in. Now this one takes longer, okay, to scan. This is for your HDRIs, but it will find every single HDRI you own, every last one of them. And what it does, it also creates a DUF file for them, okay? So they don't have DUF files, it creates them. So what you have in the end is, we go to the organizer now, right here, we go to the organizer, is this HDRI. Now these are the PA HDRIs. You see how there's 3,271? A lot of those aren't HDRIs, and a lot of them are like settings and other things. But this one right here, this HDRI big scan, There's 4,700, and they are only HDRIs, okay? And you go here, and you see you can load them now. Every HDRI you have access to. Every single one. And they all have duffs now, and so they're all injectable into your scene. Into any one of them is injectable now into your scene. You just right click and you can inject it. It will open the version that you have, like version 6 or 4. But if it's already open and you double click it, I don't want to change my HDRI in my scene right now. But if you double click on it, well, I can do it, and just to show you, there it is. That just changed the HDRI Z. And let's go try a different one. See that? Z. It's just anything, you can launch it right from EzFinder. So if you have 2 monitors, you are going to be happy about this one. Because if you have 3, you're going to be really happy, because then you can put Daz like front and center here, and then you can put this EzFinder in one monitor, and then this one in another monitor, and have Daz in another monitor. So we go here, and you can see I have 2 monitors here. So you can put this program here in one monitor. You can put all of your folders. So as you create new folders, and like this shader one, you could just take these top parts, and I only allow 8 of these, okay? Because you can reload, like you can have shaders 1 and shaders 2, and you could have like wood, glass, blah, 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 and all through. And then every type of glass, like emissive glass and glass, colored glass, white glass, you know, solid glass, thin layered glass. You can have just a whole thing of just glass shaders, okay? Gems, you know, gem glass, and all of these. So glass with patterns, non-pattern glass. And so you could just take this entire layout and just do shaders. And so when you need a shader, you just go load config, and you have these, and one of them would be called shaders. You load it, and boom, there are all of your shaders. See, and you can't put files inside of files, okay? That got too complicated, and I started losing folders. It was just like all of a sudden I look, and what happened to my loincloths? They're gone. And it was too complicated to have. So what it is basically each one of these panels, these are things inside a folder. Think of it like that. And so this, even if you did this for clothing and you went for shirts, and because it's like I've got all of my shirts here, like here, shirts. Where are you? Shirts, okay, 4,656 shirts. Okay, so I just go like this, load, and here are my shirts. Now, I could break this up into, and you would think, okay, well, we put them all here. Just take this shirts and drag it over here, call this shirts, and then you can break it up in here, and you can have a panel that you just load that's shirts. So, or you can have 6 panels of shirts. There's 6, there's 8 here. Okay, so you can have 8 panels of like shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve, dress shirts, you know, whatever, you know, Hawaiian shirts, however you want to do this, and just load the shirts config. I like to call this a layout, but it's actually a config. So you can load that. I just kind of find that for now, just having them all as just shirts is really, really kind of cool, okay? So, and in here, it's not, you see it says OBJ. That might actually be the actual shirt, and then you've got different 3DL and iRay textures for it. They should work. If they don't, you kind of have to figure it out. But the thing is Daz Smart Content works a little better than this figure it out kind of plan. But the thing is Daz doesn't find all of its content. When you're looking at this, you're looking at every last shirt you own. So that's the difference, okay? This allows you to curate it and to say, okay, now it says they're mats. They may not be, and this may be the actual shirt that goes with these, okay? So I'm not sure, but it does tell you the FAT shirt, okay? So you can look it up in Daz and you can find out, like, because you might actually be able to find it once you know the name of it. So this is the thing, is this lays it out so, like a map, like everything. So this helps you find things you didn't even know. You never knew. So that's the kind of thing, is it really does. And so these all say OBJ. I don't believe they are, okay? Because usually an artist doesn't put the actual geometry in each different type, okay? So one of them is probably, okay, this one just says tough shirt, okay? This says shirt. So one of these, it's either this one or this tough shirt, okay, classic white. That's the actual shirt. They all say OBJ. It's not a perfect science, okay? These are your truth symbols. They tell you which one of these it would be in wardrobe, okay? So when you put your mouse over, it tells you that you've got wearable, virtual folder wearables, virtual folder shirt, your Genesis 8 shapes. Why it's in shapes, Genesis 8 shapes, I don't know. And yeah. This is, and now the thing is that the reason why you have all these checkboxes here is because these are different types of files. Like you can find all of your OBJ files or find your CR2 files and just isolate them, okay? Now, this doesn't work too perfectly. You have to turn off other. But if you clear this, you'll see that you can isolate your CR2 files. We right-click on this, inject. Now see, these are all CR2 files, and I believe there's more than this in Daz. I'm not really sure. I haven't been able to, not every part of this program works perfectly, but there may be more in here. Okay, let's see. Let's just select this whole group, CR2. Yeah, actually, this is it. There's 73 pages of CR2 files. And see, they're just, okay. So what do? You come in here and you go, new folder. All right, you select one, hold the control key, and drag it here. And that just drags 6,491 CR2 files into here. Okay, so now you don't have to check and click these checkboxes or anything. The next time I can go through here and say, oh, these aren't CR2 files. I don't need them, and I don't need any of this. Look, this cape doesn't even have an image for it. You wouldn't know what it is in Daz because there's not even an image for it. So yeah, look at this base, whatever that is. Let's this is it's just, this is how you have a CR2 bike. Now these look like there's something up with these, because these don't look like they're CR2 files. I guess they are, but maybe they're not, okay? So it's not perfect, okay? But it does lay out every single item you own. I can tell you that for sure. That's one way or another, there's a way to view every single item you own. Just by clicking here, this is going to give you load every duff file you own right here. Because it went through and it found every single duff file. Okay, now this has got to be cleared first. All right. Thank God the clear works. All right, so now when this loads, it's showing, okay, this is 1,049,549 duff files. Okay, there's 10,933 pages. Okay, so, and then you have a search here. You can search for trees. Okay, search. Voila, now this is shoes, okay? So this is trees on the ground, but look at this stuff. Now what I would suggest is to clear all this out, clear this out, and just go to environments and maybe props, okay? And now do the search for trees. And look what we have here. Look at this, 31 pages of trees. Look at this, all of your trees. Now we go here to environments. I'm going to use that here. Trees. Trees. Let's lighten that up so we can see it better. All right. And we hold the control key. We drag. Now you have 2,890 trees. These rocks don't belong in there. You don't take them out of here. You load them in and then edit the virtual folder. These are called virtual folders. And now the other thing, okay, so we go and clear this out. And let's get plants. 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 Okay, and we're going to lighten that up a little bit too. Change color, we'll go with a bluish. Okay, plants. And we go plants. Okay, now the thing is the trees is incomplete because I typed trees. And what you want to do is type tree. Okay, and you'll get all of your trees. Now this is 108 pages of plants. Okay, so we select this, balcony plants. Oh no, I just did something wrong here. Oh no, and I don't know how to undo that. Big HDRI scan. I just added them to my HDRI scan, I think. There's no way to undo that. Okay, well what we'll do, and there's 108 pages. So that's not good. Oh, I think I have it loaded, saved maybe. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll drag these into plants first. And I don't think I put it in HDRI, I put it in something else. Okay, because that is not, oh, that is the HDRI. It looks like a wave or something. Let's see what it says. Come on. HDRI big scan. Okay, so do I have this saved as a folder? Import folder. Okay, okay, that's not working. Okay, so there's an issue. So load config. That's load. All right, so we have an issue with that for loading folders. Hello.
For the police officers committee pack.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're back. Okay, so these are all our plants. I'll have to take them out of the big. Oh, I know how to fix this. I know exactly how to fix this. What we do is we have Victoria's stuff here. We're going to put that back in characters, okay? And what I do is I just rename. Well, I don't even have to rename that. I can just go and load this panel, and that one's called environments. Okay, load environments. Yes. There's my big HDRI scan. All right, now you see that one has 4,000. This one's got 15. All right, so what I do is I delete this one. There's a workaround, and then we move this over, and then we can just rename this one ocean. All right, so that fixed that. All right, now we can go to environments. Now I have my trees. Now we're going to go and clear this out because I'm going to show you something that trees, we go to props and environments, and instead of trees, we're going to type tree instead. Okay, because we want tree, not just trees, but trees. Now when I select this, okay, and drag it, okay, it says we got 2,890. Now we've got 8,426 trees. So that is amazing. So now I can load that. Look at these trees because I took the S off of the tree, okay? So that doesn't mean there's not a bunch of stuff in here that we don't want, but like all this, so you just have to go through and take the stuff out. But eventually, you're going to have a curated. Now, we have plants, okay, and I did plants correctly. I typed plant. Okay, now we're going to clear this out, and we're going to know new flower. Not flowers, flower, okay? And we go change the color. Let's lighten that up a little bit so we can see it better. And then we go here, flower, and search. And it's going to search environments and this props. There's also other mixed, and so there might be stuff in there, but okay, here we go, flowers. How many flowers did we get? Flower, 2,738. Martin Frost has been busy. So yes. Now these cameras, we don't need these cameras and things, but these are in this search. Okay, now this other search, there might be flowers in there. Let's try clear this. Let's see if we find flowers in there. Search. Now we go like this, and so we have for flowers, we have 2,738, 2,751. So it found a few more, and they may not have even been flowers, but not very many in, other ones in there. Look at the flowers, though. Look at this stuff. See, this is amazing. So when you need, and if you right click on it, okay, open source folder, it takes you right to where they live. Okay, so if you're wanting to inject these into Ultrascatter or Alienator Pro 2 or 1 or whatever, you have your address right here, copy as path. So that is another thing. So right from within here, you can open the source folder, show all items. Now, I don't know that this worked. Now, this is supposed to group items that are similar, but I don't think it works. This display in links panel, it's supposed to give you all kinds of information about that. That's just got one little thing. It's pointing to the wrong place. I have to fix that. Open source. So yes, that is being able to go right to this object and find where it is on the map. Right, exactly where. You can do that and find out like, oh, this comes from the Day of the Dead cemetery and architecture, environments. It kind of gives you an idea of what you're working with, okay? And what lives in the neighborhood, okay? In your Daz library. So this is really something else. This is just really nice, being able to go right through your, okay? Now, let's see, environments. We've got rock. Now this, you want to make sure you don't have shaders selected, because you will get every rock shader in the world, and stone and everything else. So rock. Look at this, all of your rocks. All right, so we go to environments, new folder, rock. All right, and we got to lighten that so we can read it. Rock. Okay, so just select that, drag it here, and now you have 3,005 rocks. Every kind of rock. I went rock crazy. I really did. I wanted rocks. At one point, I went way overboard with the rocks. But I have the nicest rock collection in the Daz universe. Now these are, I don't believe these are what you would consider. There's a rocking chair, rocking horse. So you can curate this further. This rock man, and stalactites, and there's pebbles, there's stones. Okay, so it is. You want to be able to have a rock in the field, you know, and you have to be able to put like a mask over the grass so it doesn't grow up through the rock, because that's not the way nature works. Grass doesn't grow through rocks. So, yeah. So this, as you can see, is rock paradise. Now there's a bunch of stuff you're not going to want here. You go through, you can just easily, I can load this in, and I can curate and say, okay, this day render, I don't need that in rock. I don't need this night render, okay? That has nothing to do with rocks, okay? And then we go to page 2. These look all kind of okay. So we go to page 2, and these, okay, we got rocking chairs, okay? We don't need this and this, that. We don't need those. We don't need that rocking chair. It makes me think, okay, I searched for chair. That looks like a glass and a bowl of fruit and a pillow. And that's a plant on a rock, that counts. And wall floor, and the rock base, we'll keep that. And the rocking horse, the rock foundation, something, rock wall. Okay, the rocking ducky thing. All right, we right click, remove. And so this is how you curate, like really intensely. There's 25 pages to go through, and then you have the ultimate rock folder. Okay? You can't, that's the problem with Daz, is you can't take your Daz items you can't rearrange the Daz library. I mean, just think about it. You can't. So this is what it does. Now, this desolate desert, I'm not sure what these are. I think they could be scenes, okay? And they count to me as rocks. Rocks, glass, I don't need those. Rocks, glass. We'll go all the way to the end here. And well, okay, so those can go. I'm not sure. Glasses. Remove. It looks like the same page, but I think it's a page full of more rocking chairs. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's a rock pedestal, maybe. Yeah, you are, and if they even categorize it at all, and that's the thing is in doing this, like you see where it says object, those are very they help you a little bit because they're right sometimes, but most of the times they're kind of a little bit off. Okay, and then you say, well, this is a material. But really, the issue here is what kind of material is that? Is that a is it an I-ray material? It's just a material, okay? But sometimes it says I-ray, and sometimes it says PBR, and sometimes it says 3Delight, and sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, and that's the thing. Now this looks like a terrain, like a rock terrain. That could kind of be okay to leave in here. It's redundant. You can see some of these rocks I might already have in shaders. Oh yeah, see, this is in land and it's in rock. I don't really want rocks in land, so but we'll see. And as we go through here, these looks like vegetation. So I don't really need plants in rocks, okay? The plants go in with the plants, okay? And then I don't need trees in the rocks, unless they're on a rock, but remove them. River rocks, I have no idea what those are. I know what river rocks are, but it doesn't look like there could be directions on how to use the product. But the thing is to just basically get it curated down. I don't need these poses. And camera, okay, so we're going to go here, to there, to here. And we're just going to get rid of those. And now all of this, this doesn't look, this is a venue. This, however that got, oh, rock stage, rock and roll. There's our lighting, okay, so we don't need those. Rock concerts, rocking horses again. So there you go. So I'm gonna, and there's a rock bridge. We'll keep that. Remove these. Now these right here, I recognize these. These are textures for Terradome. Don't need these. But what we should do is, these are materials. We don't need the materials, but we will leave the actual Terradome rocks. OBJs, look at this stuff. Okay, there's more mats. We don't need these mats. Okay, remove them. And okay, these look like they may actually, these I think are, there says they're scenes, so we're going to leave them because they might be on a rock beach or whatever. Okay, this rock man, we don't need him. Okay, and we go here, remove him from rocks. Okay, I wouldn't come here looking for the rock man. I'd probably go into characters instead. Okay, now these are going to go. And these, I think these right here are, in fact, I'm sure they are. These are HDRIs. We're going to just get rid of them. Oh, those are materials, whatever. Those are rock arch beach or whatever. Okay, so we're progressing here to page 12. So it's not that hard to do this. Okay, these are rock axes. That's not what I would put them in weapons, not rock. I wouldn't look for them in rocks. Okay, the caves are okay. They're cool. We'll let them stay. And all these okay, these more rocks. Now these are just tipped rock. I think those are for, I think I'm going to leave them because they maybe go with this rock or these rocks in here. I think I'm going to leave them because they are associated directly with the rocks. Okay, this is some kind of rock room again. Those are rock materials. We're almost up to the end of our rocks, and then we have stones. So, you know, I don't want to bore you with this. I just want to kind of show you. Now, this is all, this whole page is just crockery. C-R-O-C-C-R-O-K, croc. Okay, so that's got our rock word in there. We have to look up crockery and put that in, give it its own folder. And this rocking chair, okay, carry a rock planet. I have no idea what that is, but let's go this far. And then we have these rock roses. Those are go in plants. And then these gray dirt, whatever this is, some kind of robot. And here, all the way to here. This rock guitar, right click, remove, and more crockery, but these kind of, I'm not going to use those as rocks. Those, I do have to search for crockery. And then these rockers. This is good to remove those. And now I have a rock collection. Yeah, just like when I was a kid. So now we can just go like with scene, we go to plants. Here's our plants. And look at this, we have rocks in with our plants, but it looks like there's plants on the rocks. I'm not sure. Yes, stone and plants. So we're going to leave the eggplant. We don't need that in there, but okay. But we go through the plants too. There's 108 pages of plants. So maybe we could do plants and then rocks and plants folder, okay? So, but now the rock, we just went through 2017 rock items in that quick of a time. 2017 items. And you can go like this and go like that. And then you can go through them even faster. Then it's only 14 pages. Yep. Now this crystal cave looks pretty cool. Look at these rocks, but maybe they are. These are materials. I'm going to leave the materials with them. Okay, I just saw another rocking chair. 2 of them, they got to go. And this rock and roll sign. Yep. And I don't know what these fairy rocks, they can stay for now. They're not hurting. So if you notice how fast this lost my, don't know why I keep losing my connection. No data. Why is there no data coming through there? There's something wrong with my thing. So are we back? Is there come back now? Hello, what's going on here? Let's try running this, the settings. Let's go down to, instead of 30,000, we'll go down to our stream output. We'll go down to 25. We'll go down to 20. It might be, okay, apply. Let's see what's going on with our internet. It was buffering for a second. Let's go to live again. And let's go and right click. Let's go Control Alternate Delete and see what's going on with our resources here. This would be, okay, Ethernet. Okay, Ethernet is really, it might be my Ethernet drivers. I just redid my computer. The graphics are all low. The memory is okay. It's about halfway. That's actually a lot of memory use. The CPU is almost dead. It's just not doing anything. But Ethernet, okay, it's not receiving data. Is there something I've set wrong here? Okay, it's on normal latency, that's correct. Analytics. Okay, now it says it's excellent, so it must be now. I moved it down to 25 to 20 kilobits per 20,000 kilobits per second. Now the Ethernet is just going right along fine. It might be this Ethernet. It might be my Ethernet, 2.5 gigabytes Ethernet. So I apologize. I'm just kind of getting, I just bought another computer and now I'm getting what you're seeing here on my screen is not two different computers. It's two different monitors. So, okay, we come back here. And so these are our rocks. And we go back here now to bring our search back. And we got rocks. Okay, what about stone? Now we're searching for stone not in shaders, okay? We're searching for it in props, other, and environments. Well, that's good. That's really, really good. I'm not sure what's causing that. So I'm quite certain it's my internet provider. I don't have Fidium. I don't have gigabyte upload. So I only have 32 megabits per second upload, which means I have to keep it at around 20 to 25 megabits per second upload, and which is kind of terrible. But you know, it's me. I have to broadcast in 4K. I have to be, you know, everything's got to be so big, like working with millions of Daz files. So, but yeah, let's clear this out and see what we find for stone now, because stones, let's actually do something else. Leave. We're going to look for leaves. You can't just type L-E-A-V-E. You need leaves. Okay, so there's leaf, but that's not really what we're looking for. Leaves. Okay, so, okay, I think we have to clear this again. And now we'll search again. Yeah, see, now this is leaves on the ground. Okay, so that makes sense. Why these are all in here, I don't know. But it only gave us 9 pages of leaves. So let's go, new folder. So it's just really easy to just select this, grab it, drag it, and drop it into leaves. Now we have 946 pages. Now we can bring these in and curate them and get rid of like this, whatever that is. There might be leaves on the pillars, but I don't think there are. This is what we're looking for here, these leaves that you can drop on the, that you can use on the ground. Not sure what those are. And there's trees in there. I'm not sure. This stuff is gold right here. Okay, this is, these are things that you can use as, now these are trees. I'm not sure. Then these are just leaf. So, not sure what's going on with those either. How you would use these. So, but on a tree, I guess, you populate them all over a tree. But I'm not going to be putting no 50,000 leaves on a tree. So you could use that ultra scatter possibly to put leaves on a tree. I'm quite sure you can actually. The new ultra scatter allows you to put it on objects and stuff. These are leaf piles. This is really very, very helpful here. Having all of your leaves here like this and all the different, these are OBJ files. Look at this, OBJs. These are ready to use, ready to draw. You've got also, what's nice is it came up with petals also. It didn't just find leaves. So very nice stuff. What you can do is use ultra scatter with these leaves. You can scatter them along the ground. Yep. So this is interesting. We'll leave the trees in because they're so close to what leaves are. Some of them actually have falling leaves. Look at these. These are materials that you can put. And somewhere in here is the master OBJ leaf. I don't see it here, but somewhere, oh, it might have been back a few pages. But you learn all of your, okay, that's it. Page 9. Now let's clear this. We'll clear it twice. All right, now we're going to type in stone. We did rocks, but let's do stone. Yeah, there's some stones here. And rubble is another one, okay? We've got 23 pages of stone. New folder, stone. So this is environment stuff. Let's lighten that up a little bit. Lighten your world up a bit. Hold this. I used to have to go through like every page and copy it, go to the next page, drag it, go to the next page and drag it until I came up with the idea of click one of them, hold the control key, drag it, and it does the whole collection. So it's nice to know to go through it and all, but now these say stone, they don't say rocks, but some, and look, a lot of them like are just in our stone. See there, this one's in stone and plants because it has maybe some plants we can't see on it. But a lot of these are, now these things, don't belong in here, but I'm not going to mess with this right now. So a lot of things in here don't belong. These trees don't belong in here. This stone poolside, this looks like this may be the only way to find this piece of grass is not by looking for ground or landscape, but looking for stone. So a stone wall, look at this. Look at that. That would be very cool to play with. So look at these stone steps. So the stone really brought in a lot of stuff, a lot of really cool stuff. Stone pillars. Okay. So now our environments, we got fern, flower, ground. Let's look for, clear this. Let's clear the UI again. Do it twice, just to make sure. Landscape. Landscape. Let's see what that comes up with for environment. Okay, that didn't work. Got an issue here. Okay. All right, clear all items. Let's see if this works. Search. All right. We've got an issue. Okay, so we got to close this. Every once in a while it happens. Close this down. I've been using it for a couple of hours now, 2 or 3 hours. So, all right, it remembers this, so all we have to type is landscape. Search. There we go. Now, there's 73 pages of landscape, okay? And I'm not sure why. Let's clear this again. Let's do this search again. 73 pages. We'll throw it in there. We'll throw it in and then we'll curate it to whatever it needs. Landscape may end up, what I was looking for landscape was like rock formations and grounds and things like that, and not so much vistas. But landscape. Make that a little bit lighter. All right, now we're just going to drag this in and we'll curate it later. Landscape has 6,922 items. I can't wait to get rid of a bunch of stuff that I know. Like these I know are HDRIs. I don't want these HDRIs. These are poses, obviously. But this, look at that. These are, but those also show up underground. For ground, I know they do. But let's take this landscape here and let's curate it a little bit. Okay, we know we don't want these poses and we don't want these HDRIs. We don't want these here. Those look like whatever they are, they're camera settings for something. They're not the actual thing. Let's go here. Whatever those are, I know that's not landscape. These are not, and I don't think any of these are. They say they're matte. These are scripts. These might be actually landscape, but let's get rid of this. Okay, this. See, these are kind of tied in with those. I don't want to get rid of them right now. These are HDRIs that seem to go with all this. We're going to leave this. Look, they do look like ground. These don't look like, they look like props, but these look like kind of ground. So we got something here. These OBJ, these look like places too. Look at this mystical forest. I've never seen that. I mean, I think I vaguely remember buying it, but it's just like, where is it? You never, this is the stuff you find when you use this. Okay, and I can right click and load this and say, oh, that's what that is. But I do have this scene. Let's render this scene. Okay, I wanted to put a VDB in front of here. Okay, with kind of a smoky VDB in front. And so let's go back to our organizer. Bring this over here. Find our VDBs. It's mostly been perfect, just a second or two of buffering. Okay, I remember reading that. I just wanted to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, load into the main UI. Okay, and now we have our VDBs loaded. I'd like to break these apart into like magic. These are definitely like magic poses that really shouldn't be in here, okay? So this VDB thing needs to be curated as well. All these magic poses, summoning, obviously these are all just, they are kind of related to these VDBs in particular though. We shall see. So there's 35 pages. It's not that much to keep a little bit of extra stuff in here. And these Cloudscape, I don't believe they're product fold images. So what they are is actual stuff. I'm quite sure it is. So now these density ones can go, but I'm not going to mess with that right now either. And so are these densities. I just don't need density ones, but I know how to set density. So let's see, we're looking for something. What I haven't seen in these is sickle yields sets. She's got like 2 sets that I use all the time, and I don't see any of them in here. So that's something not here. Where are her sets? Okay. I think that might be one. No, I don't think it is one of her sets. But I know the magic one at the beginning is I'm quite sure that's one of her sets. That was a massive undertaking she made with that. There they are. This is all of my favorite sickle yield. It's on page 24. Will it be a different page if it's, okay, these. Okay, let's try the cloud. Here we go. What we're going to do, and it's not going to let me select these. Okay, so we go to parameter, and we go like this, and then it disappears. Oh, it does show a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go Z, translate. That didn't work. Z. All right, what's going on here? Oh, that's the smoke set. That's the other smoke. All right, so we're looking for this. Okay, now we go like this, and we go like this. It's not going to let me. Okay, Y translate like this. I think that's what I need. Go to back to camera. Go to here. Y translate a little bit more. And then we go to density. Surfaces, density. We'll go to 3. And then we're going to go to color. And we're going to go lower the density a little bit more. 1. And save this. And then let's do a render. Okay. This is how you do it, people. This is how you do it. So yeah, these are my favorite VDBs. Right here, from here, right down through even these. So they're all here, all of my VDBs, right over to here. Okay, these are density settings. Again, those could go. These are color settings for the fog. And that more density stuff. Now these ribbon, those are amazing VDBs. I think these are all made in Blender and brought in. So, all right, so that saved it. So we're at 2000. So let's do a render. All right, there it is. Wow. He doesn't have any hair, but I can deal with that. But the hat's too light. He looks like he's really gripping that whip, though. So he's got to have hair, and the hat's got to go to kind of like a brown instead of a. Okay, so we go here. Let's give ourselves some more room to work. I feel all kind of jammed in. All right, so, and let's move this over here. Okay, and now we select the hat, and we go here to surfaces, and we go to a brown. All right, now we get a little closer to this hat. So we can come down and see about his hair. Here, I'm going to use the hair search here. I haven't really curated my hair, and what I want is like Genesis 8 hair, Genesis 8.1 hair. I want it, and all male, female. I want it like completely curated. Now another issue here is this shirt doesn't look right here. And so what we do is it's probably not D-force. So what we do is we turn all the D-force things off that we've used. Which is these ferns. This. We'll turn some of these things off. Okay, those, and the straw hat, that's okay. The ground is all good. Now let's take this vest, and let's save this again. And then we will come on. Okay. Now, all right, we have the vest. We go here. We go Edit, Object, Geometry, Dynamic Surface, Simulation. Okay, simulate that vest. I don't see it moving at all. Oh, I think it's figuring out the springs. This is probably going to blow up on us. It's doing a lot of springs all at once. So, all right, let's see what we got. Come on. Keep going, Huntsman's vest. I don't have any confidence that I'm going to probably have to reload this. Come on. It's almost done doing its springs, and then we're gonna, I'm wondering if I need to like just let it do a couple of things, then stop it. Well, all I really need, okay, now it's doing it. Okay, we're gonna cancel this right there. That's enough. Just enough to make it hang. That worked. Okay, now we go back to our timeline. We pull our timeline to the end. So our rocks are down on the ground. And now let's give him some hair. Default hair. Looks like he's got something, you know, shaved head, but we're going to go with some hair. Short. And I kind of know what hair I want to give him, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Okay, we have to select. This hair might work because it's, we just need the back. It might be the least amount of hair that I have to, yeah, see there's just a little bit to cut. And let's go to the hair itself. Pixie style hair. Black. Okay, we need this hidden. Come on. I must have just hidden it. Come on. Well, it's just hair texture, come on. I don't think I saved it after the shirt. We'll give it some time to reconcile. Come on, come on, come on. I think I'm going to put a leather texture on that hat instead of that kind of tweed cotton, like it's almost like a straw hat. We'll put a leather texture on there. Something more realistic to what he would wear. Okay, I think this is... something's wrong here. What I did was I loaded Genesis 8 onto the hair. The Genesis 8 textures, and I don't think that was a good idea. Alright, we're going to close you. Reopen it. We'll have to redo the... I saved it right before I did the shirt simulation. At least it worked, so it should work again. Again. Okay, bring this over here. Load, open recent, Jones 6. See what we've got. Welcome, welcome. We have 2 viewers that I can see. I don't know if anyone else is there. Say hello. I am here. So we are working on another scene here. So all right. And we're going to take and work on this first thing. Not sure why it came up in that mode. Okay, what am I doing? Well, this is should be in, okay, in iRay here. Yeah, it's definitely before I did. Okay, let's go back to the camera view. Yeah, okay, at least we have our VDB in here. We go back to perspective. Now this hat is what's bothering me first. Okay. Okay, now it's working. I can actually select these pieces, so I'm not sure what caused that. Now let's go to the straw hat and go to surfaces. Straw hat. Okay, and see this, it's just got one surface, but then what about the darn... a lot of stuff for 79 cents. Whoa, I wasn't on there yesterday. I was very busy. Yesterday was a... Okay, I'm going to bring this over here. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. We're going to open this. Then I'm going to go to my organizer. We're going to bring this leather, shader leather, L-E-F-G. Okay, that one right there. Hair. Okay, that one lost its, change its truth symbol to this. Okay, leather, L-M, leather. All right, here we go. I'm thinking this for his hat. Kind of hard to tell, but let's try it. Now we have it selected, straw hat. There we go. Let's see what that did to it. Yeah, that kind of works. What about this leather? And this one? Canvas. No, not a canvas hat. Leather. These don't look at all like the color of like $2K. They're just totally far from the color. All right. Page 6. These are not all of the leather shaders I have, but I just haven't had a chance to go through them all yet. I think that kind of works. All right, so we'll save this so that we don't have to redo the leather hat again. And then we're going to do his vest again. I have everything turned off so I can just do the vest again. Let's see now. I really kind of pity the Daz programmers right now, because they have to work on 2 programs at once, kind of, and that can't be fun at all. I would kind of leave Daz 2025. I mean, Daz 4.24, I would just kind of leave that and let it rest in stone and just work with Daz 2025. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, now we're looking for Tyson here. We're looking for his vest. There it is. Now we go here, File, Edit, Object, Geometry, Dynamic Surface. Okay, there's that. This worked once, so it should work again. Now we go to Simulation Settings, and we're just going to try it. Simulate. Now it's got to do all the springs again. It worked. I stopped it, I think, just in time before it blew up. So that's what I got to do again. Is save it before it blows up. I didn't try these leather ones down here. And speaking of leather, we clear this. Let that do its thing. All right, and we're going to go back to our duffs. We're going to uncheck everything, and we're going to go to shaders, and we're going to type in leather. Leather. Search. Look at this. There's 19 pages of leather. Look at these. I didn't have any of them there. So we go here to this. There's our leather. Hold the shift key. Now how much leather have we got? Leather. 1,007. It just almost tripled. It did triple what I have. It was 1,005. It was like 500. No, it didn't quite triple it, but yeah, it did. It tripled what I have now. I think. Okay, I'm not sure. So let's just look and see now what we have for look at this leather now. I remember those and I remember these. But look at all this leather. Yeah, I remember some of these now. Now these are gems. They shouldn't be in the leather. But I'll go through them. As I use them, I'm just going to go through and say, I don't need these here. They're just in the way. 19 pages of leather. This cotton jeans, what are those for? I don't know. So, yeah, that's how you do it. So you just, go through these flooring. You could type in food. Let's see. Let's clear this out for shaders. Food. That's food. Okay. Search. Look at this. Bread, chocolate, corn, donuts. So it's 2 pages of food. We got a reset surface, jelly beans. Oh, we got to go back here to Daz, or we're going. Okay, we're going to cancel this now, right here. That's enough. We don't want an explosion. All right, save it. Then we can work on hair. Chocolate. Strawberry. Cheese. Salmon. Sliced bacon. Spaghetti. Watermelon. Waffles. All right. So that's food. Now if we go here to, we take shaders out and we go to environments, other, and props, and we clear the UI again. We type in, we search for food. Now we have food for props. Food. Food. All right, we can see that. Hold this, drag it. Food. Where's our food go? 364 items of food. I don't think that's right. Okay, it's only 4 pages of food. I think there's much more food than that in my library. So something went wrong. So let's do another search. Search again. Now it's saying there's 4 pages. Food. No, that's it. Food, groceries. Oh, you can't do it like that. You have to clear it. So it searches this. Whoa, jackpot. Food. But that's only 2 pages, but that's still a lot of stuff. Billboard, woman with groceries. Detergent isn't very yummy. That mint jelly. Okay, what's going on here? Did that save? It did. So now we've got to give him some hair. Like the last thing to do. Content, smart content. default. Let me look through my hair here. That's the whole purpose of this. All right. And that would be in characters, hair. We got 3,000 hair items that I haven't curated yet. Let's hide this. Okay. This hair here would work if I could find the actual hair, body hairs. So that's not it. This is actually pretty well curated right here. This is what we want, this ash hair. And then we go here to Daz, we type in ash. We go to hair. Materials, black. Because you know that the black hair is going to actually not be kind of brownish. It kind of looks stupid, but the way it just cuts along, it doesn't have any shape to it, but from the side it doesn't look bad. Look at that. All right, let's go from the camera and see what that does. That works. We'll save this. And see, this is pretty cool. Look at the hair. So this is what curation. See now these dogs and bunny rabbits and things like that. I don't need them in this hair thing. Okay, so animal hair, because you know most of the time I'm not coming in here looking for animal hair. Oops, we can't watch these. What was that? Okay, all right. So, yeah, there's other hair, body hair. Oh no, I've opened a can of worms. I have to check the Daz store now that you mentioned it, Matt. You've got me very curious. All right, so now it's saved. We can do another render here. Let's go like this. What happened here? Okay, we go here. This looks like it might need a little bit of sub D. See, it's this texture on here just doesn't look like stone to me. So what we might do better is to just put a different shader on it. It looked like a sale was stacking with outlet store items. Okay. The thing is that I own so much. I own almost like over like 2/3 of the Daz store. So what comes out now is usually new stuff that's either free, you know, or it's like $2 or something. But the what comes out new is usually I have to wait until it goes on sale, you know, before I'm going to jump at it, because and I just, you know, in going through all of these items and everything, and it's like it's got, you know, two things. It's like it makes me really want to invest more in the Daz ecosystem, but then it also says, you know, use some of what you have now, you know, also. So it's kind of like a two-edged sword here. I don't really like this texture on here. It just doesn't look like rock. So what I'm going to do is try something else, and I don't know if it's going to work because it looks like these steps are kind of pretty well kind of fixed. So, but let's go to our shaders now. We go, let's turn all these off again. Let's go to shaders. Here, they're turned on. Clear the UI. And let's type in stone. Okay, search. These are shaders now. Okay, now that's not really what I was looking. Stones are more like, okay, but there are some stone shaders here. Okay, we've got the ground selected, so we go to surfaces, ground, and look at that. Okay, ground here, what we've got here, rock. Okay, so these are actually star. The stairs and all, it may be very difficult to do this. What I might need to do is look, even the normal maps, there's no bumps, but the thing is these textures are so like lo-fi. Look at the work that went into making these textures. If I just put stone, you know, a rock on them, stone, I don't think it's going to work. Okay, let's just try it. Z, kind of worked, but what we got to do is get both of these, all of this together. That kind of works. It gives us something a little bit more. Okay, these are 4K textures. All right, let's keep going. "4K. Well, that didn't work at all. Fieldstone. "4K. All right, what we do is we go here, and we go 10. That doesn't work at all. Okay, what I got to do is go back to the beginning, because I don't want to get too far away from the original, or it won't let me go back. I think that's what I did. Shoot. Is his hair still there? Edit. Redo load hair. Yeah. Hair black. Okay, we got hair puffing through the sides, which you can barely see it, but it's there. And all I've got to do is go here to the hair. And then we go to Tools, Geometry Editor, and then we go like this, lasso, don't think that worked, that did not work. It's not going to let me select his hair because it's that end. Let's see if Geometry Sculptor to the rescue. Crash. Well, we had it loaded. We had it almost for a moment. It was almost there. Let's look at the Daz store while we wait for this to load. Cute as a button. That is cute. Now we go File, Jones 6. Let's see what's here. Now there's some work. The suburbs, the mirrors, hand mirrors. Okay, oh, look at these. They're very cute. Little panda. That's a beautiful dress. These are cute. Oh, there's $1.49. That's gonna go. Now I think I saw this. Yeah, I don't know if I need the cages. I like the little huts and I like the little temples and things, but the cages are meh. Not quite my style. Maybe they're doors to keep wild animals out. But they'll just wait until you come out. They'll starve you to death. You need at least some spears and some fire or something. I don't know. So, but that's pretty good. I usually buy all of those. And it's, I mean, for $1 something, it's not a bad, you know. This looks pretty nice for like $5. Yeah, okay. Now this one, Viking Tents, this one looks pretty good here. That's probably, that's more my style. Yeah, this is nice. Nice work. We throw this in the cart. So, jungle storage. I guess it's storage, so you don't have to store people in there. You just it keeps the wild animals away. Add to cart for $1.49. It's not bad. I like these little cute little stuffed animal things. Okay, 6%, $6 off the Daz Originals in your cart. All right, well, if I put that in there, then these should be free. But it's probably said something excluding new releases. Yeah, not valid, obviously. Excluding new releases. But, you know, they got to earn something off of this stuff. Somebody took the time to make it. Yeah. All right, so I've seen this. Now, this I thought I bought, but I didn't. I had it in my cart. Oh, I was just, I couldn't quite afford that. And that's like a lot of work that went into that. Of all the things that I've seen so far, that would be the thing I probably want the most. Yeah, it looks like the sale is over. I missed it. Yeah. I was very, very busy. Okay, stacker gift. I have wanted them all of my life. So let's see. With stackers, unlock bonus savings with stackers. I don't know how this stacker works. They just take money off of the price because of ones you've bought, or what's this? Okay, back. Oh, that's part of that product. Okay, better than Daz, still better than Daz. Okay, we've got this going on here. He's got his hair. What made it? I was trying to get rid of that hair, okay, poking through. So we go here to scalp. Okay, everything else. Let's make sure my timeline's saved. No, it's supposed to be here, not there. Okay, now we go to perspective view. We're going to look at the hair. Okay, let's see if we can push that in with tool settings, geometry sculptor. There's one. Sometimes it just works. It's the wrong one, the wrong handle. Okay, let's see if this looks okay here. Well, not quite. Okay. Now this right here, we make this just a tiny bit smaller. Let's go 3. What's this look like? All right, we got it. I think we got it. Okay, why does one side look like that? I don't know. I don't know. Looks like he's got 2 sets of hair, but let's see what it looks like in... The sale gimmicks are really convoluted sometimes. Yeah, I fall prey to them often. Quite frequently. They put my favorite one last. They know I'm going to see that and say, oh, I have to have that. Yeah, and Martin's worth it. You know, $10 and I think well, I'm not sure exactly how much he gets of it, but like 70% or something. I don't know. But he's worth it. His art, his products are worth it. Now this is bonuses with stackers. Monthly freebie. I don't think I got this sauna one. I got the monthly freebie. We'll get that one. Yeah, I could do something with that. Yeah, and then we've got the select 30% off select Daz items. 60% off up to 7 with any doorbuster. You see, I go in here and it's like I own almost everything already, you know. Tile shaders for Daz, and it's like these are really nice, but they're probably like 3Delight. Yeah, see, they're not even iRay. This is how much stuff I own, that all that's left are like 3Delight things and stuff that I don't normally buy. So they're probably worth it, and it's very easy to convert a 3Delight shader into iRay. So it's like $4 for the Viking tents and the jungle storage huts. Find somebody to help captive in there, you know, even if it's the little stuffed animals. Yeah, we'll put them in there and say, let us out. I like this. I wonder how much, if I bought those little stuffed animals, would it give me more money off the thing? It's $764. It's $680 now, and the that went down. No, I don't think it brought those down anymore. Those are down as low as they're gonna go. So now if I put that in, you always have to check this stuff, and then I put in where are they? Where are these? 9. If we do 2 of them, yeah, see, it only took $1 off. They're 50% off, but yeah, $8 is a lot. Now what? And I don't think any of my coupons will bring the price down anymore. So we'll think about it. Okay, let's go now to our camera view. Let's do our let's save this now that his hair isn't poking through his hat. What I could do is just darken it, darken the ground a little bit, so it doesn't stand out as much, maybe. Okay, I know what's missing. I didn't turn on all of my foliage and my stuff after my ferns are gone. My debris is gone, and so is the other piece of land. That kind of gives this land a little bit more and hides some of it. We just darken it a little bit. That's all right, so this is the ground we're going to go here, parameters, surfaces, ground, and okay, we're going to take this and just darken it a little bit. The rock and the stairs. Now, I don't know. Z. All right, we're going to leave them. Glossy color. And there's nothing we can add more roughness to, or the normal map is up all the way. There's no bumps. If we added a bump, something bump to it, I don't even see bumps here. All right, we're going to leave that. What we do now is go here and turn on our ferns and our debris and the other piece of ground. It could be beneficial to make YouTube quickly demonstrating the main features of EzFinder. Yeah, I think that's because I have to try to pitch the program to Daz, and they're not going to sit and watch a 6-hour video of me using EzFinder. So I have to do something like that. So today it was just, it's been like over a month since I broadcasted here. So, you know, and usually people like to kind of just mindlessly sit and watch stuff, you know. So that's kind of like the viewers that I have. Just they'd rather see me just kind of work and then do something and say, oh, I didn't know you could do that, rather than have then one little video that shows you how to do one thing, you know. It's that's kind of the way my fans learn. Okay, and we can get rid of this Egyptian temple because we're not using old stone wall ground. What I'm going to do is try to match this other ground to that ground a little bit more. See, so you go in here, you take this and you got to darken it like that. Okay, that's too much. There, that kind of blends that in a little bit more. And this one doesn't give us any kind of, we got roughness. Okay, now if we take this and take some of the red out, here, it will go grayer. See that? How that just took and made that kind of blend in better? All right? You got to look at the colors and know your colors. So where are we going to go here? Save this now. In a way, I probably should have made the ground and the grass like more like the color of the temple, rather than this. So it's kind of, I'm thinking that maybe so I think I'm just going to render. Yeah, EzFinder. I need to make, you know, like a Daz style video that usually you see on a page when somebody is just demonstrating a program really quickly. But do you really, you know, EzFinder is complicated. It's not just your average. I mean, look at this. You've got this. This is your. This is to import your poses from your converted poses. This is to make. This is not your average. Like Daz script, okay? This right here imports your, finds every HDRI in your scene and brings them into EzFinder. This right here allows you to mix shaders together and create unique shaders. So instead of having 10,000 shaders, now you have 1 million because you can mix and blend your shaders together into a completely unique shader. And then this right here allows you to completely organize your, and this right here in itself, could just, you can export all of this entire panel to Daz, so that you'll have, like, inside of Daz, you'll have poses, shaders, with all these folders in it. There's just so much to this. It took me 7 months to make this, and working every night until I thought I was going to die. So, yeah, and it's just so much. There's so much here. These compartments, how they work. Like, if you select that, it goes into it loads page per page off the hard drive. But if you select these here, it just loaded 1 million items into my RAM. Okay, I don't think I should have done that, but okay. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to render this image. Okay, I think it's done. Yes, I just saved it, so we're going to render it. So now it's loading from RAM, okay? And if I go into Control-Alt-Delete, watch this. See, you go into your processes here, and look what that just did. Now, if I take and unclick those, let's let them go for a little bit. This is memory. Uncheck that. Then we come back. Notice how this just starts to drop off. And it's not really dropping off that much because I believe this scene is all being loaded in. This Daz scene is loaded into memory as well. That hair looks actually pretty good. This looks like it's hanging off him right now. His boots look right. I kind of picked the right boots. These rocks look like they're actually sitting on this kind of works now. Yeah, and this ground comes up just enough to kind of fix that really low res rock texture. See, this, I believe, should have dropped off quite a bit more, but it's actually not, because when you load all of these into memory, yes, it's loading 1 million items into memory, but those 1 million items are less than a gig. That's how hard I worked on this program to make it really curt, so it works. So it works for even people with really weak laptops. Yeah. Now the GPU, it's rendering right now, so it's that's why this is all completely. Yeah. This is amazing. This is working even with that loaded in the memory. You take it out. I've been finding that it works much better with this green, with the green. It's called lazy loading. It just loads one page at a time from the drive, whatever drive you have, wherever you've stored your user. So the thing is that you don't want to say, well, I don't want to put this on my M.2 drive because I'm afraid it will overload my drive. The very most that it's going to put on your drive is 2 gigs. If you like curate everything you own, it's probably 2 or 3 gigs. That's like three Genesis figures. So and that curates everything you like this kind of curation of, like, right here, this file has 2,800 shoes in it and 5,000 Genesis 8 wearables. It's just like, boom, all the Genesis 8 wearables, not all of them, the Genesis 8 shapes, 13,000 shapes. Yeah, if you do all of this, you're only going to be putting 2 gigs. So you want to put the user data, the user folder, on your fastest M.2 drive. Even if you're worried about having room for more Daz products, you want to do, because this curation is just amazing, being able to just instantly say, okay, I need a Genesis 8 character, load them in, here they are. Okay, there's Buster. These are my Callan. These are my favorite characters right here. They're just right here. It's amazing. Alistair. My very favorite characters are those, and let's see, what else? There's Fergal is another one of my favorite characters. I like Novak pretty well. Conrad is excellent. Gaius and Taurus sometimes. Novak is pretty good. And let's see, Holt is his skin is so realistic. I have another video that I'm planning on making. Okay, Jet is definitely one of my favorite Genesis 8 characters. So, yeah, these are characters that I was going to create a product called Easy ISO Skin, where you could do the same thing with the shader, where you could just put different skins in these slots and then just switch out parts of the skins. And it turned out to be really, really, really difficult to do. Like almost like months and months worth of research to do it. And then I found out that you can kind of already do that in Daz with a product made by Riversoft. It's the body suits or whatever, some kind of suits, and putting geoshells on top of those body suits. But then it requires a lot of editing. But then what you can do is you can take a Genesis 9 skin. Casper is another one of my favorite characters, massively favorite. Is you can take the bodysuit over top of it and put like Genesis 9 normal maps and stuff like that over top of the Genesis 8 bodysuit. But I haven't been able to perfect that yet. But that is coming. So it's something to work on. because the base and translucency of a skin, it's like there's no clear. Like there's either you can put a color on a figure or you can put an image on a figure, but you can't just put clear like on a figure. And that is the biggest problem right now, is not being able to put clear on a figure. So, all right, it's just a complicated, it's a very in-depth program. How I'm going to explain it and do it in a very kind of short video is exactly what I need to figure out, because right now there are really, I believe this is ready. There are a few issues, like when I click on this, right click and display, and it's looking for these please load compartments first by checking the green or blue checkbox. Okay, it's obviously they're already loaded. Let's try the blue one and see if that works. Display panels. Okay, so this is, something's up with this. So these are supposed to show linking data, okay? Like how they link to other products, and they're not showing that, but that's something I can fix in like 10 minutes. So, but the biggest thing that's working right now is the speed of this loading. It loads now. It's loading from the memory, but when I go and load from the hard drives, okay, that's page 6. Every time it does that, it scares me. It's like, look how fast that loads. So, and this has been open for a while, and we have Daz open at the same time. See, so this is feasible. It works. This is a proof, you know, that it can be done and it works. So that is the thing right now, is it's done now. It's ready to kind of go into the next phase of distribution, of getting it out to people and letting them try it, buy it, letting them buy it and use it. And what's really important is now I did find today that in the organizer, when I click here and it says import folder, that doesn't work. Couldn't determine target panel for import. Well, it's selected, import folder. So that's not another major issue. It's just a matter of making the program aware of which folder is selected, and connecting that to the area where the folders are. So that is another issue. So there's a couple of things. Those two things are the main issues right now that are still left to do, which they're just incredibly tiny issues. So the rest of this is ready to go. Everything that I've noticed today seems to be working. There's some memory issues here with this, but they're very small. And now we're going to look at this. I believe if we look at these, yeah, we're at 2,000. This is done rendering. So we cancel this, and we're going to just call this Jones. Cancel. All right. And that's going to get saved there. And there we go. And then we now what I want to do is close this. Now we're using a lot of memory right now. This is a huge amount of memory and the reason why is because when Daz loads a scene, it loads it in the viewport until you render it. Then it loads that scene, it compresses the textures and loads them into video RAM. But this part that when you move this around and all, that's all done in system RAM and your CPU. They handle the viewport. And so now see, I just stopped the render, and now that just dropped down a lot, like 2 or 3 gigs worth of at least. So almost 10 gigs. But now if I close Daz, what happens here? So this is all saved, so we're just going to close it. And now watch what happens. Now you see this. This is a pretty comfortable place to be right here for EzFinder. But it's not. Okay, now see, it's even going down some more. We got to hope this goes down. It'd be nice if it went down another 10. But Daz is releasing its memory, and that is really good. Now if I take and turn these off and unload them from memory, okay, come back. Now they're unloaded. I think that might have been it right there, that little bit. We load them back. Oh, come on. Yeah, see, now they loaded back in. Let's bring this over here. Let's go back to this. Okay, now you can see this memory. Now when we take this off, it should drop back down. I think it does it very slowly. Okay, now let's clear the UI. Yeah, see what that just dropped it by about 10. Now, if we go like this, see that just loaded it up by about 10. So see, this is working. This is what this is supposed to do. It's supposed to load these thousands of items into memory. And what it does is for somebody who has just like a very slow hard drive, it allows them to peruse these. So I can load this in, but let's not do it all. Let's just take these off. Let's just do characters. We'll do these, inject the female characters. And I don't have a lot of them. I think they're going to show up well, it's 38 pages. That's still a lot for female characters. But as you can see, these are the female characters. They're showing up here. Their skins, their characters, all the female character stuff. So now if we take this out, okay, it unloads it from memory. And then if I right-click and load it back in, this loads it page per page from the disk. See, so there are subtle things that it's just that I'm going to be doing videos on this program, using this program like it's because this is my new, what do you call it, workflow, okay, is using this for my, and you see, look how quick this is coming from my hard drive. See, this is so fast. This is amazingly fast. See, and this is a proof of concept that it doesn't have to be just folders that you kind of go down through until you get to the bottom and then you view, that you can view things right as you use them. So I believe this is going to do it for me. So EzFinder will be on the market at some point. It's either going to be through some website somewhere, or it's going to be in the Daz store if they choose to allow it to be sold. So in the Daz store, this does not add content to your library. Not one single. It does not add anything at all. Nothing to your Daz library. Nothing. It does not alter your Daz library. It does not alter or change even one file in your Daz library. And all it does is search your content that you have so you can find what you have purchased and bought. And you can actually find it, whether if it's down to your HDRIs, this HDRI scanner. This top part shows the log of what it's scanning, and this shows each image as it's finding them. And you scan, it shows you the progress. You tell it where your Daz library is and where you want it to put. It doesn't save the HDRIs there. It doesn't copy the HDRIs. It makes a little teeny file that points to, and that will inject your Daz. It makes this right here when you see this here. The organizer, where is it? Where are you, organizer? Let's close this. There it is. For some reason, okay, it makes this file here, this folder. This is the Easy Organizer folder. Where is it? It's in Environments. Big Scan. Okay, this is the one. It makes them so you can inject them into Daz. You just double click, and these right here are HDRIs that actually are for doing photo. You sit the character in the middle of the scene, and it gives you like photo studio HDRIs and stuff. This is it. There's 50 pages of HDRIs, and there's nothing else here in this folder but EXRs and HDRs. That's it. Finds every last one of them. It does take 20 minutes to an hour for the scan to find every HDRI, but it does. It all depends on, well, it takes my computer 20 minutes to do it, but I have an M.2 drive, okay? But I also have 1.7 million Daz files. I have 13,000. So if you don't have 13,000 Daz assets, then it's not even going to take 20 minutes. And if you have it all on an M.2, it'll take 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So, but it takes me, with a very enormous Daz library with 1.7 million files in it, it takes 20 minutes, okay? So that's not bad. And then I don't need to scan it again. And there is an append, okay? Append mode. So if you buy more HDRIs, you just click this, click it again, and it will scan and give you your HDRIs again. So this is really nice. The first thing you have to do is you have to scan your entire library, so this will show up. And here's where all your duffs are and things, all of that stuff. So you have to scan your Daz library. And this takes 12 minutes on my computer to scan 1.7 million files. 12 minutes. So yeah, if your Daz library isn't that big and you have it on an M.2, it will take less than that, like 5 minutes, okay? You only have to do this once. So, and like I said, this doesn't even take up a gig, all of these files that it finds. So just in this characters female, there's 4,796 files. And if I go characters male and characters, and I do all three of them, let's see, like this, all of the characters, everything, that is 240,000 files. So, oh, that's still got, let's clear this. It's still, it's mixing it in with the HDRIs, but let's get rid of this stone word. Okay, and we clear the UI and then we add it again, but it's still, I believe, 240,000 files. Yeah, it added that into that. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing much editing. I'm going to fix the right click here to display links. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. I just think I figured something out. This does display links, but it only displays them from the linking data here. So it doesn't display them. Yeah, see, look at this, found. This is pretty cool. These are all of the links that go with these products. And there used to be a little button that you could click on, but it got broken and removed. But that where you could right click and it would load all of these files that are like dependent, that are linked to it. Images and other things. So that's going to be another thing. Show all items. Okay, I don't think this works either. Where it shows all the linked items. I don't think that works either right now. So there's only a few things that don't, and in all likelihood, the only thing that's probably going to get fixed, I don't think I can show linking data from these, because these, it says show display links panel, see, because these are not actually linked files. They might be, might still be able to connect to them, so we'll see. Hello? Yep. Okay, they're gone. No, 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 no. All right, so, all right. What is this? Looks like a Aloha clothing. What is this? Oh, it's not going to show it. Okay, display links panel. So, all right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back with another Ez3DTv tutorial sometime soon. And what is really nice is most of my work on this program is done. I can concentrate on my life again and other things, and getting this program out to sell now. It doesn't really, it's working fast. It's not buggy anymore. It's thank you, Matt. Thank you very much for hanging around and watching throughout this whole video. You are golden, my friend. Thank you kindly. And look at all this Aloha stuff. They got leis and they got, oh, a grass shirt. I didn't know I had a grass skirt. That is so cool. It says waistband, so I guess it's, but if you pulled it down far enough, it'd be a grass skirt. You could kind of do this kind of thing. So, all right, thank you for watching. I will see you again soon. And, you know, it's for putting up, I hope that people, what this is all about is helping you guys find your content. That's what this is about. It's about being able to just right click and load your shaders, load your things, pants, clothes, shirts, everything boom, everything, and that you curate. Okay, this is not smart content. This is intelligent content because you curate it. Okay, this is intelligent content that you go through and decide what you want in what folders and how you want it all linked together. So that is what this is. And it allows you, you can't do that with your Daz library. You move stuff around and you've ruined your library. Okay? This is why this works. Because all of these products are just little teeny pointers to your data. Okay? And that's why you can organize them, put them in folders, put them here, put them there, export them back into Daz as smart content. And even when you export it back into Daz, they're still little teeny tiny folders. It's because of the way it was designed. So, and that's about all I'm going to tell you about that. So, but yeah, all right. Thank you for watching. I will see you again. You have a good night. It's 4:39 here in my part of the world. So yeah, it's actually to me kind of bedtime for me because I'm working 3 jobs right now. So I will talk with you, and I haven't forgotten YouTube. YouTube, I'm going to be back now that I don't have to spend every single night working on this program. All I've got to do is spend maybe the next week or so trying to get it up and set it ready for mass consumption. So that's it. I'm very pleased with the way this is working. So I will see you again soon. Finally, we got a stable connection to. I had to unplug my modem, plug it back in, and I think that was the issue, that it just it needed to be unplugged and plugged back in. So it's been a while since I have done broadcasting, and it just wasn't cleared enough for doing this, but doing that fixed it. So thanks again for watching. I will see you again in the next Ez3DTv tutorial. This is RexRed saying so long for now.